Hi, welcome. So this is the first of what I hope will be a daily practice in the coming year, starting today, January 1st, 2026. I would like to pull two cards as one primary energy and one challenge area and see how the energies push and pull with each other, and then what might emerge in that third empty space when we contemplate the two energies. So thank you for being here, and let's get started. We have the Knight of Swords crossed by the Eight of Swords. Interesting that we have both swords energies showing up today at the start of the new year. This feels like the Knight of Swords is one of speed, quick wit, clarity, swiftness, airiness, sometimes impatience. It's interesting that it's the start of the year when we're like full speed ahead into 2026. I'm looking for all the new things. I'm looking for different than what we had before. It's like getting out. Usually there's this element of like getting out over the front of your horse because it's a night, like going fast. Just like go fast and ask questions later. Leap first and ask questions later. And then there's the Eight of Swords, which is one of, it feels like being, this is blindfolded, maybe not wanting to look at things too closely, too clearly, maybe feeling kind of bound up, constricted by thought, feeling trapped. And so when I think about, first of all, how are these similar, or like what's showing up today is one of like very much being mind identified in thought, bound up in thought, letting our mind lead the charge when we've got a whole bunch of other attributes in this humanness: heart, body, intuition, emotion, just like there's so many aspects to us, and yet the number one energy showing up, it seems to be the swords, the air, the thoughts. So this feels like, yes, we can go swift into the new year. We're ready for it. We want clarity. We want clear thinking. We want to be clear about what we want to maybe accomplish this year, what we want to bring in, embody, manifest, all the things. And it feels very like, let's go. And that's not a bad thing. Is there any impatience showing up for you though? Like, I just want to get 2025 in the rearview mirror. You know, that's a common thing we say at the end of the year and beginning of the next. It's like, what a year. Is it true though? Is it true to you? How bad really was it? I think a lot of times this feels like we love newness. We love novelty. And in fact, when I was reading more and listening more about what dopamine really is, it's like, oh, the dopamine hit of like checking something off a list, or seeing a like on social media. We have all these ways we talk about dopamine. The research is showing like it's not necessarily about that, like very little, and it has more to do with novelty, because they've done research. Why am I telling you this? They've done research with mice and other I don't know, animals, I guess, where like they could keep providing the same stimulus that we thought was the dopamine trigger, like the hit, and over time, if it doesn't change, the animal gets like tired of it and stops doing the behavior. But then you introduce something new and they're like, oh yeah, and then they're like, so there's something about novelty and change coming up that's why like we're all like full speed ahead, and then something here is saying, wait a minute, there's something. Are we running from something without wanting to really look at it clearly, address it? And so what is that for you at the start of this new year that says, slow your horses just a little bit? There's something to look at, to break free from. When we look at something clearly, we can see it for what it really is and be honest with ourselves, maybe a little vulnerable. And then in that process, there can be a loosening of the bind, like being bound up. There can, those what do you call it, bindings can fall away, meaning where we feel like trapped by our own behaviors, our own unconscious behaviors and thoughts. Then when we pause, there's something in the pause showing up here, because this is very speedy and this is very stationary, both having to do with thought. So it's like, what happens in the pause of like, slow down. We can't break free until we pause and look inside, look at it clearly, take off the blindfold and say, I see you. I want to acknowledge you, this thing in us. I want to befriend it in order for it to like let it loosen its grip on me. So it kind of feels like paradox, doesn't it? Like, I don't know, I'd rather just run away and get away from it. Well, we're always dragging it behind us. There truly is no running away from what's in here ready to be dealt with. So there's a pause at the very start of the new year, and that's okay. What might we want to leave behind? And in order to leave it behind truly, we need to see it clearly. We need to take off the blindfold and stop distracting, stop dissociating, stop ignoring, stop running. All we have to do is spend a little time with some things, and they will loosen their grip on us. We won't feel as triggered by them. So what is that for you at the start of this new year? What do I want to leave behind in 2025? Oh, I actually made a list. I talked about this in one of my other videos, but I'll say it here because I want to share what comes up with these for me to make it more relatable, more tangible, give permission for you to do the same. And that is, I want to stop being triggered by when people don't, and this is my story when I say these words, when people don't respect my time. When they don't, so if I was saying like how whenever I show up to an appointment that I've made, whether a doctor visit or whatever, and like another practitioner for self-care, whatever, and they start late, like they don't start my appointment on time, oh my God, I want to stop being triggered by that. I want to stop feeling all of these feelings of like hurt, and like I wouldn't do that to anybody else. Why are they doing it? Like they wouldn't like if I did it to them. And it's this feeling of like they're not treating me with the same value that I would treat them. Why am I not valued? There's that hurt little inner child that was never seen, didn't feel seen anyway, and that didn't feel valued. And that shows up to me the most. I notice it when people don't respect the commitment they made to have me show up. And I showed up and they didn't, and it's like, ah. So that's what I want to leave behind. I actually put some thought into that for the new year. So what is it for you? Because if I keep not examining that, it has led to so many, I called it like, I'm a timeaholic. Like I'm so obsessed with like timeliness and like efficiency and optimizing time and blah, 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 blah. And it's led to like dysfunctions in my life. Like it's not real. It's not important in a lot of ways that I then I make it important, and that I'm like masking my lack of self-worth, and I'm projecting that outward. There's a whole bunch there that I'm still dealing with. So I just share that in case that helps you. What is your thing? If it's not coming really right away, take some time to think on it. There's this guy says, oh, let's pause. Let's slow our horse down just a hair, because something wants to be loosened. Like something has a grip on us that we kind of want to leave behind. What is it for you? Bye.